What's up, everybody? I am Steve, and with me, as always, is.
D.
And you are watching Conversations with Cabys, the only show on the internet that doesn't break Benjamin. And we're talking about music again.
Seems a
It's a good week for music.
seems a common theme for us.
I believe it's a theme that's going to happen every Sunday. So let's do the programming note. Next
I,
week, after this episode, we will have an episode on Wednesday that is a other than music episode about random shit. Tech Talk, our third episode or fourth episode, was one of those other topic episodes. We'll have another Tech Talk episode very soon, probably within the next couple, not next week, but the week after, I think.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, so that's the programming note. We're adding another podcast to the channel, another show to the channel in the lineup, another episode in the lineup, if you will. So we'll be coming live Wednesdays and Sunday. Well, not live. No, it's not live. The pre-recorded liveness will be coming on Wednesdays and Sundays to your ear, or video, or both. Um, the Sunday one's just gonna stick with music, and I think we're gonna do that. I mean, we'll do that every fucking week because there's music every week, and we like talking about music, and that's what we
music is always a relevant topic.
right, and we do it. So that's what we do. This is a good week for it too. A good week for music. I'm excited about this one.
Yes, indeed. Some of these articles really got me pumped up about this because it's not only new music, but it's new music from some of our top favorite people,
Yes,
most
favorite
precious
biz.
precious folks on the music planet.
That I dare say we've been kind of needing some new music from. If I'm not, I mean, maybe not so much the second one, but the first one we're gonna be talking about, we desperately needed new music from. I think.
Agreed.
And with that, so Taylor Hawkins teases plans for Foo Fighters' 25th anniversary.
What?
Their 25th anniversary is next year. 2020 is their 25th anniversary. They haven't released jack shit since Concrete and Gold. I got the LP to that, limited edition LP to that. It's dope as fuck. Good. It was a great album. Um, Much of the same though. I will agree. It was a great album front to back. It was great. It just was. It's like, damn, okay, we needed another concept album where we change things up, much like Skin and Bones or the Studio
That's a
Six.
throwback. Good one, yeah.
Yeah, the Studio 606 one, where they just kind of, or ESPG, Echoes, Patience, Silence, and Grace for you that are uninitiated. That is probably
All
their
time favorite.
their best album. Maybe, like, goddamn, that's hard to say. Like, don't shoot me, but it's my favorite album by them,
it was
probably.
it was by far their most I think concerted effort and their most pool of talent
It's the
in one
Beatles'
album.
White Album by fucking Foo Fighters, in my opinion. It's the fucking White Album. It's the
It was
experimental album that they went and did awesome shit and gelled two fucking sides of the same genre. It was brilliance, sheer brilliance. So, Echoes, Patience, Silence, and Grace is a must. Gotta get it.
Skin and Bones too. I mean, if you really want to talk about the alternative side of Foo Fighters, the acoustic live, sort of
That's a
wonderful
good
side.
tie-in. That's a good tie-in for the next band. So we'll talk about Skin and Bones we'll book in this one with Skin and Bones here. But anyway, 25th anniversary is 2020. And Taylor basically said it's possible. We're the Foo Fighters. Of course, we got some shit down the pipe. That correlates with Dave saying that, yeah, we're looking to do something. And that they just started recording in, looks like September,
Late
the,
September. Yep.
the new album. They're in the studio right now. This was, yeah, this was like at the Reading Festival. They did a interview and really good. I'll have the articles in the description for you guys to take a peep at. But very cool stuff. Um, with that, and the reason why Taylor was talking about it was because Taylor is releasing his third album for Taylor Hawkins and the Coattail Riders, his side project band. Um, which I dig them. They're good. I haven't heard a ton. I heard a ton of the first album because I was interested in what it was going to be like. I haven't heard anything of the new album.
So for me, I am actually excited because I knew Taylor Hawkins had a side project. I didn't know what it was called. Hadn't heard anything from them. So this got me really excited because I was like, oh, cool. More music from people we love, and lo and behold, Dave Grohl's also in it part time too.
Yeah.
as well as Perry Farrell from Jane's Addiction, if you guys don't know, and then also Queen's Roger Taylor, which that's awesome.
I didn't know Roger Taylor was in it. That's dope. That's very cool.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And
And
that's in the new album. Is that on the new album?
so it's a variety. So the new
Gotcha.
album is going to have features from so many different people, and may I also add, Joe Walsh is going to be accompanying on a song. Track 6, Get the Money, featuring Joe Walsh, Chrissy Hindi, sorry, and Duff McKagan. Um, and then there's a bunch of other songs in there. Leanne Rimes is going to be on this album. Dave Grohl's on a few.
Yeah. Dave's been in the band since, and Pat Smear,
Yep.
the third guitarist is on there too. So um, Dave's been in it for since the first album. He guested on the first albums. I would imagine the second album and obviously this one too. But
It makes sense.
right, obviously. I mean, why wouldn't you want your best friend to be in your shit? Like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
excuse me. But I haven't heard anything. Have you heard any of these new tracks yet?
So as soon as I had time to read this article earlier, the first song that they have up on this page talking about the new album is Cross the Line. That's the name of the song
Yeah.
from Taylor Hawkins and the Coattail Riders.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good jam, and it's a positive jam. That's one thing I really liked about it is it's a positive influence song. Like and it's a good jam. I would listen to it all over and over again. This one is featuring hold on.
Dave Grohl and John Davison. That's
Yes.
not Jonathan. That's
Not
not
Jonathan
Jonathan
Davis,
Davis.
no.
Gotcha. Okay. John Davidson. Who's John Davidson? I should probably
That's a
know
good
that.
question.
I should probably know that, but I don't.
Let's see. That should be Mr. John Davison.
Purple Pyramid is the recording label. He's yes. Okay, Glass Hammer. Of course I should know this. Why the fuck don't I know this? He's the lead guitarist for Yes. Okay, fair enough. That's all you needed to know.
All right. Well, there you go. We don't know everything, but now we know, and that's knowing is half the battle.
Dun dun dun. So
But anyways,
yeah,
back to the topic. Yes, this is a very excited one for me because, like I said, they've been doing this for a while, and I haven't even known about it. So I'm excited to get to listen
it
to some new
sounds
music from
like
them.
it sounds like what you did was like took a deep dive into this, like I did with the first album release when I found out about it, and I just it wasn't. It was very a freshman effort by a new band, and it was good, and I definitely saw the potential, but it wasn't great, and I'm hoping for greatness here, and it looks like with these many collabs that we're probably going to have that. So this could definitely be an exciting one. So yeah, definitely, we'll probably review this when it comes out. At least talk about it on a music one of our music episodes for sure. Will be this album, but
Absolutely.
more in the point of let's just theorize about because Dave also said that he was going back to early shit as well. Like some early demos that he had,
Yeah.
which sounds cool as fuck to me. That's I think Dave feels it too, because he's to me Dave Grohl is a musician who has a ton of emotion behind his writings, right? And if he's not feeling it, it's hard for him to continue to do it. That's why he's done so many of these kind of experimental projects because he's trying to get the spark back. You know what I mean? And not that he lost it, but you know what I mean. Find the next spark, and
Yeah. Keep it going.
he
Keep
generally
it going.
always finds that spark. You know what I mean with
Absolutely.
all of them, and I think this is a very cool idea to kind of go back to basics and probably record it in the home studio again or record it in like the 606 not the Sound City studio, like not on the Neve board because the Neve board's at 606 as well, but 606 is their studio basically,
Hmm.
wherever Laguna Beach, I think, or something like that in California. And like record it there to kind of get back to basics because I don't know when the last time they recorded one there was. It could very well have been the last one, but I know before that
Right.
they hadn't recorded a bunch, and I know it was kind of what was One by One. Was that album?
No, that was before that. That was all. I forgot the name of the album.
ESPG may have been on there too. Honestly, recorded there. Let's look that up. Oh, they recorded Nothing Left to Lose there. Yeah, One by One was recorded there. So lots was recorded there. Okay, so yeah, but it doesn't look like it looks like about the only stuff is was the the last of it was the Studio 606 album. So anyway, like get back to basics. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Let's not get hung up on the details of that. Um, get back to the basics. And if you pull from old demos that you have, you're getting that feeling back. And this could be the spark that we're talking about to get a really fucking transitional album right here.
Well, and if he takes something that was an idea back, from 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and puts his modern day, wisdom
That
on it,
stank on
so to
it.
speak. Oh yeah,
Hit
he
that
would he would he'd have some brand new, fresh stuff that he had either forgotten about or was maybe even brand new to him.
right, and that's really what I think is definitely cool.
And here's the thing I'd like to say about Dave Grohl too is that he has so much integrity that if he ever did feel like he was running out of that content that produces that spark for him, that thing that keeps him going, I think he would just rather throw in the towel and call it a day and just become a cover band and collab with a bunch of different dudes full time rather
right.
than put out fake phony sellout music.
Yeah, I think Foo Fighters would definitely go on hiatus, and I think he would probably collab with some of his friends. It would just become just a giant fucking supergroup, like kind of like them Crooked Vultures, but with more people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I would imagine he'd go back to drumming again. To be honest with you, which would be okay with me, but it would lose some of it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because he's not really a singing drummer. He's an accompanying, like a backing vocal singing drummer,
Yeah.
but he's not a lead singing. He just does too much shit behind the kit. It's just there's just too much going on there, too powerful. You can't do that and then like sing a fucking bitchin' song too. It's just hard. Atreyu. It's hard to sing like Atreyu and drum that hard.
It is.
Um,
Dude's wailing back there, trying to sing harmonies.
right, right, right. And I definitely want some of the acoustic flair that was on the Skin and Bones album, bringing it back to that, um, and some of that other side of rock. I really would like that to be seen in this, mixed with some of that older Monkey Wrench type of flair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to come into that, the next one we're going to talk about is another similar to Skin and Bones, an acoustic effort by none other than Breaking Benjamin. They've announced the name, Aurora, and it will be out next year. No,
Yeah. January 24th.
this Friday we get the 1st of November. We get to so this will be out after that. So we're recording this a little early, but so on November 1st. So by the time this is released, "So Cold" will be out as a demo track, and the full album comes out the 23rd. No, he's
24th of
20.
January.
Yeah, and they're going on a tour in the 23rd with Korn,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is fucking insane.
But so these are acoustic re-releases of previous songs they have released in other albums, as well as a few new songs.
With a
Or
full orchestra. Every single song is backed with a full orchestra.
wow.
This is Metallica S&M with a far better band. every every time I got to shit on them. Why do I do that? I need to stop. I really need to stop. But this is a full orchestral album. So that he scored all of these for a full orchestra, and you get Lacey Sturm, like we were talking about in a previous episode,
Yeah.
formerly
It
of
was
Flyleaf.
That rumor was true,
That
guys.
rumor
Spoiler
was true,
alert.
and this is the album. It's not fully with her. It's just with um, her probably on, I would say, half of them, I would imagine, most likely. Scooter Ward of Cold. Holy shit. This is the only time in a music episode we're going to talk about Cold twice, probably.
Twice in the same episode. That's
Uh,
rare.
and then Spencer Chamberlain from Under Oath, which is cool too. So yeah, it's gonna be fucking amazing, dude.
Oh, and don't forget, Dance with the Devil is with Adam Gontier, which he's from 3 Days Grace.
Right, yeah. The former 3 Days Grace,
Yes,
now
former.
now in Saints of Astoria, if I'm not mistaken. The band
Um,
Saints of Astoria.
I don't know.
Pretty
I'm
darn
not. I'm sure you're probably right.
95 on that one. 95% on that guy. Which is also Saints of Astoria is a very good band and one that is part of kind of this new music that we're going to be talking about in a second. But yes, this is very cool. Some of the best ones. I mean, are you think they're missing anything?
I don't know. I mean, this is going to be a definite good one. I mean, honestly, some people are going to argue that, oh well, it's just a re-release of the same music. Well, it's not going to be the same music. Like, this is going to be something, same song, same lyrics, yes, but the composure and the setup is going to be completely different.
An orchestral composition is not the same track, but
Right.
are we missing any? Maybe Shallow Bay. I don't see Shallow Bay here. Do you think
Yeah,
maybe Shallow Bay would be a
there
digital
are some
copy
choices.
bonus track? I don't see
There
any
are some,
bonus tracks here. Yeah, is what I'm trying to say. And it's only
and,
10.
and only 10 songs. Yeah, I agree. I
And if
agree.
you're going to pull a full orchestra composition out, I would imagine he would have done 14. That would have been my guess for Ben on this particular. He would have been like, okay, 14's a good solid one. Let's do that. Let's record 14.
Like for me, like Red Cold River and Tourniquet, those two songs I have a hard time seeing on this album. Everything else kind of makes sense.
I agree with that.
Um,
I agree with that. I can see Red Cold River quicker than I can see Tourniquet, to be perfectly honest with you.
yeah,
I could
but
definitely see Red Cold River.
everything else I can get behind pretty easily. I don't have any problems with that. So Cold's obvious, that's one of their starter tracks. Everybody's gonna know that one, love
For
that one.
sure. And Failure's a great acoustic.
Frailer's great. I could totally see it
Acoustic
orchestrated.
orchestral. Failure, I could see that going 9 minutes as well. Like a crazy long, subtle intro and a crazy long, subtle outro. I could see that fucking song going for a long time.
Oh yeah,
It's. I just think that they're picking. I think he's picking from. Um, I mean, it looks like. Am I wrong? Is this not Dear Agony Forward?
So Cold is the only exception,
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I
Yeah.
would say, and then Dance with the Devil is
That
that
was
on
off
Dear
Dear
Agony?
Agony. Yeah.
Okay,
That and Topless were on
is
Dear
it?
Agony. Yeah. Dance with the Devil, Topless, and Dear Agony were on the same album.
Okay.
I could have dealt with Topless on here, to be perfectly honest with you. That would have been a good one. It would have been
I
hard
don't
to.
know. That's a yeah.
It's a fun riff to do acoustic though. That riff
Yeah.
is fun to would be fun to do acoustic, and you could do some really crazy strings beats with that staccato rhythm that they got in that. Like you could really do some crazy string shit with that. It would be a fun composition to make. But regardless, they're not. And until we see bonus tracks, this is what we got, which is a fine enough for me. Um, I'm glad that they're going on tour, and I think it's good that they're going out with Corn. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, 3 Days Grace is on it as well. That's interesting that you're doing a cover track with uh, Adam Gontier and you're going on tour with 3 Days Grace, his former band. I think that's funny.
Well, it just said they just wrapped up a tour with
Oh,
them
that's right. And they're going to headline a tour with it's a co-headlining.
with
Yes.
Corn.
So
Yeah.
what they'll probably do on that particular one is back to back, like Corn closes one and they do another.
They
Back and forth.
alternate.
Yeah, alternate. So thank you for the word. Alternate was what I was striving to get at and did not do well there.
No
Um,
worries.
yeah, but this is definitely going to be cool, and I'm digging in it. So let's talk about Adam Gontier and Santa Story. Santa Story is really cool. You should check them out. That is a good one. They have a couple tracks that we will watch and listen after this.
I've been digging the new hidden gems that have been coming out lately.
Saint Asonia. I'm totally wrong. Saint Asonia, and Adam Gontier is the lead singer. Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, I
I don't
was.
think I could fault you too much on
Yeah,
that.
I was. Great tracks, and they're the big ones are. Let's see what our singles are. The Hunted is the newest one that's out right now. Beast is one that was good, and they had a song um, before that that was fucking. It was like Knife in the Back or something like that. Because there's a lot of crazy people on here. Like the Stained. Uh, for you, let's see.
Aaron,
Your songs. Yeah. So Mike Mushak is from Stained, like Mud Shovel and For You. T- Stained songs. He did those.
okay.
Um, just some crazy, some really good musicians in this band. It's kind of like a super group, but almost like it's kind of like a super group. Some dudes from Dark New Day, some dudes from Stained, a couple Art of Dying, Seether, kind of a couple different guys here, right?
Okay.
Um, interesting band, definitely worth a check out. I Don't Care Anymore was one they did as well. The Phil Collins cover of I Don't Care Anymore.
This is Saint Asonia.
Saint Asonia, yeah.
Okay.
They're good. So peep them. Very good. I'll have a link in the description to my favorite song from them. Um, Leads us into a band that is similar to that in the rock frame called Saul. The song, their hit is called Brother. It's about his brother. A really cool rock riff, and you listen to it, and yeah, I agree. Like basically, we came to the same conclusion on the fact that the lyrics are very powerful, but the it's a pretty cookie cutter rock riff on the back end of it.
Yeah, it's feels like it's just fresh off of the, mold of alternative rock slash metal slash new metal type genre, and not to say that that's bad. I mean, it's a good song. It's well put together, but it's just it's a very typical socio. What's that word I'm looking for? Stereotypical. Sorry, not socio.
Stereotypical for sure.
Stereotypical
It
song.
is a stereotypical riff.
But
It's a
the lyrics
stereotypical
of the
drum beat.
song are where the song is different. It kind of separates from your stereotypical type of song in this genre. I was really, I listened to the song for the first time this evening, and I gotta say the lyrics have stuck with me more than any first listen of a song I've had in a while. Like because that's how much emotion and feeling I feel that he puts into his lyrics and into these words.
For
I
sure.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
The My recommendation for this particular track is I'm going to put the link in the description for everyone, but I would not watch the video. The video is very cookie cutter, and every decade I feel like has had this video. To go back to Mr. Scooter Ward of Cold, I believe in the mid '90s, the band Cold had a song "So Cold" that had this exact same video. So it's don't digest it there because you're going to come in with a preconception, and while you watch it, and it may put a little bad taste in your mouth. Listen to the lyrics. Listen to the actual music. It's a damn fine track, and
Yeah.
shows the potential of this particular band lyrically, especially because
Yeah, I did.
the more you play, obviously the better you're going to get at writing riffs. But lyrically, you're this on point. It's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't anything like super eloquent. It's just the way, like I said, I think it has something to do with the order of the words he said, and the spacing and the time that he said them in. I know that could be said about any song, but this song particularly that stuck with me, like the way he arranged certain phrasings and certain words, and the
Right.
time he left in between those phrases and runs.
The cadence of the lyrics and the vocal pattern used were wholly unique in this particular cookie cutter back end of a song, for sure.
Yeah, perfect one line summary of the song right there.
Perfect, and it's a fucking great track. Great track. Now, worst video in the world. We're gonna talk about a band who makes some of the craziest fucking videos in the world. A band called
So not the
Starset.
worst, but the craziest.
I would say that they're some of the best. They're pretty fucking dope and make you think. This band called Starset. Two songs in particular, off of the album Divisions, their newest album, Manifest and Monster. Um, Both are really, really quality tracks. Videos are crazy. I would say Manifest is probably my favorite of the two tracks. And there are also a couple others on here. The album in general is really, really good, but these are two kind of, excuse me, two really good benchmarks for how the album lays on the ear, and it's it's good. It's really good efforts. But what was your thoughts? Because you listened to these for the first time, what, like yesterday or the day before?
So the first one that we watched by them was the Manifest,
Manifest, yeah,
and that was like maybe a week ago.
yeah, right.
And then the other one was the other.
Monster,
What was the name?
Monster,
Yeah,
yeah.
we just watched that just right before this podcast, and should I say listen to it? Manifest. I remember that being just a heavy, just rock song. Like that was good. Like I remember jamming and
Mm.
rocking to it. That was good. That was good. It was definitely more of a heavy rock, not so much. I wouldn't even say alternative, but definitely heavy rock.
Talk about
Uh,
that. Talk about what you think of this band. I guess is good. Like expand upon that. Your classic. What would you consider them genre wise? Because
um,
I find them interesting to pin down.
it's I don't know. Like I said, it's definitely heavier than your standard alternative rock. I don't want to call them that. I want to call them something that's, and I don't want to call them metal because I don't
No,
necessarily think they fit metal either.
no, I don't think so either.
Um, I think this is something to where like hard rock in the sense of not like classic hard rock, but hard rock as in modern day hard rock.
This could
Or
be new hard rock. Like the genre could be reborn, and this could be a really good poster child for it. Because we haven't talked about it. I mean, you can talk about hard rock in many different facets, and genres are genres, and they're kind of fluid. But um, I feel like hard rock doesn't get talked about that much anymore, and this is a band that could really fit that bill.
okay, cool. I'm glad because we didn't previously discuss this, so I'm glad we kind of navigated to
Right,
the same area.
right. I
When do we
hundred
not?
right, right. I 100% agree though. It's a very and it's refreshing to me that we're in that mode, and I almost think that Saul probably could be considered in that hard rock realm with the way the lyric patterns are laid out. They're the back end of that is a very, you could say, hard rock, like heavy, not metal, or maybe new metal riff.
New metal, yeah.
Yeah,
New metal, rock,
yeah,
new
new
metal
metal
rock.
straight rock riff. But you could say that that could turn in when you add those lyrics and certain elements of the shouting and whatnot of that. You could say that these two bands really fit in the same genre. They're two completely different fucking bands, but they kind of fit in the same genre a little bit, and I find
They
that
could.
interesting.
They
And
could.
almost like I did that on purpose.
No.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh. um. So yeah, with Manifest, that was definitely. I remember. I don't remember really lyrically any of the content from it or anything like that, but I remember that the track was a nice, fat, rich, just jam rock your face off song.
Right. And
And then
musically, they're tight. They're really tight, really on point.
yeah, I
Seasoned.
remember with the last one we watched, Monster. The video was definitely it was well written to the lyrics, or the lyrics were well written to the video. But I think it was the other way around. I think it was video written to the lyrics.
100%. Well, and I think that's what
And
was in his head when he was thinking of the song. This is the scene that played out in his head. And
yeah,
it's fucking, it's interesting. Really interesting.
and that was really cool. And I do remember some of the lyrics from that song, and just basically describing that, you know, we have all essentially been, I don't know what the right word is, but reduced down to our simplest form, and are just waiting for a monster to take us all out.
Right, we're feeding that monster is really also what I think is part of it. Is like you're just feeding that monster as
We're
well.
feeding it until the point of
Right.
where it wipes us out of existence.
Exactly. That's the message I truly feel with this track. I really do.
But yeah, that video displayed that well, and I think the lyrics also drive that message home. And it was definitely a well written song. It was good musically. It was enjoyable to listen to. I definitely listen to it again. Like to check out more of this band's work because it seems like they've got pretty good handle on where they fit in and what their sound is.
For sure. Yeah, they're a really cool band. I dig them a lot. The last album was really good too, and there was like 3 tracks on it that were very good singles. I couldn't think of the names before the podcast to bring those about for mentions. I would say that I would just do a quick YouTube Starset and try to find them. I'll put in the description the 2 songs Monster and Manifest for you guys, but I think we recommend fully Starset. Check them out.
Absolutely.
Check them out on YouTube and see what you can find of them. And I think we will end on a band, 2 songs by another band called Nothing More. And both of these are 2 deep tracks. The band is Nothing More. The songs Fade In, Fade Out, and the song Jenny. Um, both of these you listened to last week for the first time.
I remember Jenny. Fade in, fade out. I think. Oh no, and I remember fade in, fade out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk about Jenny because I don't have a lot to say about that song particularly. But fade in, fade out. Holy shit! If you want to talk about something that makes you feel immediately, as soon as the dude starts singing and you grasp the thread of concept what he's talking about, and
It's like you're gonna rip my goddamn heart out with this song. Holy shit!
but
You started it right here. You said it right here. Like you're the beginning of the track, and I already know where you're gonna end this motherfucker at, and you did it. You're gonna fucking make a track like, it's good shit though.
it
So
was
good.
good. I haven't been that taken aback by a first run through of a song. So I've had a first run through of a song where I haven't memorized or not memorized, but heard and understood and comprehended lyrics. And then I've also had one where I've just never felt this much emotion and feeling from a song from the first listen. And that's what this one is, Fade In, Fade Out
Right.
by Nothing More.
You fucking feel it for sure, and it's a concept that is anybody who has kids gets it. Anybody who has lost a parent gets this track. I don't really need to say much more than that for a description of the track. Let me just say that it's one of the most well written songs I've probably ever heard in my life. It says completely what the message of the song is. It presents it in a way that I have. You just rarely see it. You just rarely fucking see it, and you feel everything. I so 2 things about this track. I sing this track every time it's on. I can't help it. Secondly, I can't get through the chorus without crying. Every single fucking time.
Yeah.
Every single fucking time. It is fucking deep as shit. You can't even get any deeper than the song. Like it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it is. You can call it emotional, emo, whatever. You can call it what you will, but it is like you said, you put it perfectly. If you have kids, or if you've lost a parent, or even a really close other relative who you had a close relationship with, it reaches in and really plucks on the heartstrings. Sometimes it even feels like it's yanking them out.
It clearly he's felt these feelings before, and hear that in the lyrics, and you can feel that in the song. Um, it's it's amazing. It really is, and they do this with Jenny's the same way. Jenny's about his sister, who I would assume it's either. I mean, this song was either about his dad or his mom, and Jenny's about essentially telling his sister that his mom stuck around, like fought through cancer to see you get clean, and all you're fucking doing is getting fucked up again. Basically, is what Jenny's about. and it's powerful too. Like they write powerful fucking. This is a band who is straight up. The muse is emotion with him. He finds his voice within deep emotional turmoil and situations, and is fluent at letting you feel what he is feeling during it. It's fucking amazing, and the music is not emo by any stretch of the imagination. The music's
No,
solid
no,
rock, solid fucking rock.
absolutely. The
But you
genre, yeah.
feel all the emotion with it, all the emotion. It's amazing. Um, Straight up amazing.
Excuse
Fucking,
me.
I really, really love this band. Can't think of. They've also had a couple others, but I can't think of like really as far as lyrically goes. They just don't fucking disappoint. They really don't. And Nothing
Well,
More is another band that should be looked into.
I would just like to make a blanket statement too about all these music subjects and topics that we talk about. We can make a 4 or 5 hour podcast about certain bands and certain genres of music and things like that. That's not what we're trying to do, though. We're just trying to keep it simple, concise. Talk about maybe a couple songs by each band or each artist that we're bringing up, so that way you guys can have the starting point, jump off point to where if you want to go down and check them out, you've got a starting point to do that. And then if you want to go down the rabbit hole like we all end up doing from time to time, then you got a door in.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean that's 100% the route we want to take with a lot of this. We show good bands, and we want you to experience these cherry picked good representation of those bands, and then you fucking take it from there, man. Let the music fucking take you where it's going to take you. And sometimes it's to a whole totally different band, and that's good. That's what music should do. It should take you to other places and similar artists. And everybody says that the algorithm is just trying to control you. Well, fucking control that algorithm. Put in this good stuff that we're showing you right now on this show, and then see where it takes you, man. See, take it uh, to all the good stuff, because there's a ton of good out there. And yeah, we're just trying to cherry pick that good for you. That's what we do on a music podcast.
Give you the nuggets of goodness, and then you take it and run with it.
Just
Go, take the seed, plant it,
well, with
water it.
that, yeah, let's close out this seed bearing episode, and I'll put all the descriptions of the links and shit in the description for all these guys for you, so you can have that jumping off point. As
Absolutely.
always, be good to each other. D closing.
Enjoy good music. Enjoy your life. Yeah, be good to one another, and we will see you on the next episode.
Take it easy, guys. Peace.
Peace.